Stay tuned after the feature for another great preview. And now, our feature presentation.
When the weather is fine, there is no other place to travel than the Little Western. Duck, Lily and Oliver are proud of their line by the sea, and love taking passengers to and from the beach. Of course, the passengers don't come for the sand and sea. The small railway attracts many visitors. This year, the small controller had scheduled extra services to account a higher number of tourists. One of these trains is very special. It allowed passengers to bring their pets aboard as they traveled up the line. The small engines enjoyed taking the train. Well, except for Mike.
I don't know what the small controller was thinking. We're a railway, not a kennel. But those blasted sheep give us enough trouble as it is.
Oh tish tosh, there's no harm in them.
No harm in them, they're unpredictable. How can I pull a train with dogs jumping about?
Well, so that's it. You're scared of them?
Oh, Rex. I'm not scared of them.
Of course you are, and why wouldn't you be? Some as big, if not bigger, than your great hulking ass.
Hey, shut up all of you. You especially Frank, or this great hulking mass is gonna smash the light in the middle of your forehead.
Whoa. I was only teasing Mike. No need for violence.
There's no need for this conversation either. The last thing that I want is for the two of us to develop some sort of rapport.
Ha! No way! We're all unique snowflakes! Well, this usually never happens. This is really weird. Okay, stop talking! Anti-disestablishmentarianism! Seriously? Gah!
Wow, did anyone hear that? I think a new sound was invented by the world's squeakiest grump.
Why do I even bother?
I get the last word.
Much to Mike's chagrin, his first train that morning seemed to have more dogs in it than ever. This did nothing to improve his behavior, and his driver had to work hard to stop him from bumping the coaches at the platform.
No tricks today, or the small controller will have some choice words for you.
Begrudgingly, Mike smartened up. Just then, a large German shepherd came bounding towards him.
Hey, stop licking me crazy, you must get away. Here boy.
An old man came running to the dog, who was sitting very nicely next to Mike.
I'm so sorry, Watson gets very excited around trains.
Oh, thanks, no trouble at all.
Mike's driver pulled the treat from his pocket and fed it to the happy dog. The man and Watson boarded the train, and Mike set off. Controller had asked the engines to keep their whistling to a minimum. He did not want to risk frightening any of the passengers' pets, so the engines gave quiet peeps when it was absolutely necessary. So far, it didn't cause any trouble, but it was to change. Mike was still grumpy as he came through the valley.
chickens, Watson. Oh my god, give me a break already. Go on sheep, eat it, move.
The sheep took no notice. This made Mike even more furious. He was about to give them a stern whistle.
Don't even think it, you know the small controller's rule. No unnecessary or very loud whistling.
But how will I get them to move?
What happened next? No one could have expected.
Well, call me a blind squirrel.
Watson Loner came to fetch him.
Always surprising me, this one. Never knew he edited him to be a sheepdog.
It wasn't long before Mike reached the end of the line. His driver told the small controller all about what happened.
Haha. That dog has done a better job at chewing sheep than your horrid whistle ever has, Mike. Haha, not a chance.
The small controller shot Rex a silencing look.
Okay, I'll shut up.
In any case, thank you for helping avoid any delays. I'm sure this has changed Mike's tune about animals.
Yes sir, it has. But if you don't mind me asking, this strain needs a title. Can we name it after Watson?
The small controller smiled, and turned to the man, who turned down to the dog.
What do you think, boy? The wayward Watson has a good ring to it, wouldn't you say?
Watson barked delightedly, and everyone laughed. Mike doesn't mind animals on his train now. He knows that just like engines, they can be really useful in their own way. He makes sure his driver has treats on hand, and is always delighted to see one dog in particular, and to give him a ride in the wayward Watson.
Can you guess who this is? Keep guessing. Did you guess? It's Dulcie.
Thomas! Hop on board to discover the most exciting adventure the island of Sodor has ever known in the all-new feature-length movie, Thomas and Friends, The Great Discovery, guest starring Pierce Brosnan as the narrator. It's a long-lost town, and every engine on the island is getting it ready for a special Sodor Day celebration. But when one mishap leads to another, Thomas sets off on a dangerous mission. Look for the all-new movie, Thomas and Friends, The Great Discovery, now on DVD.
That's all, folks.